The Table is Yours podcast contains content that may not be suitable for some audiences, such as themes of violence, swearing, sexual language, alcohol, and death. We advise you to check the episode description for any other specific content warnings. Please, if any sequences or episodes are ever triggering or uncomfortable in any way, we ask you to take a pause from the episode or skip it entirely. It is important that our table is a safe space for everyone, including you.
The Table is Yours podcast is a role-playing adventure show where a bunch of friends around a table and through video call play tabletop role-playing games like Dungeons and Dragons. Together, we hope to bring the joy and fun of our game to you, wherever you are, as if you are a part of our table. For when you're sitting, creating, and playing with us, the table is yours.
Hello, and welcome to The Table is Yours, a role-playing adventure show where a bunch of friends sit around a table to play Dungeons and Dragons, as well as other RPGs. My name is Colin Riley. I'm your GM, your DM, your best friend. My pronouns are they, them. You can follow me anywhere at Kryles. And for today's fun fact, we decided to say what we would be, what class we would be in real life if it was D&D. And mine, I don't think is too mysterious. I think I would be a bard, maybe because I was a music major, maybe just because I'm very talkative and loud, and I'm very charming. My mom says so. But yeah. Let's go around and meet our future choosing class friends, starting with Vic Schmidt. I try to make work.
Hi, I only exist in Khan's mind. My name is Vic. I play resident rat boy Terrence Stannis. My pronouns are they, them. Terrence's pronouns are he, they. You can find me on Instagram at Vic_Jean__. Do I have anything else that I say? No. If I were a class in D&D in real life, and also my favorite class to play in the game, I would be a druid. I am not necessarily an outdoorsy person, which is someone who likes to take hikes and do the whole dang thing. I'm an outsidey person. I have the option to be outside. I will choose to be outside. But I'm not gonna survive in the wilderness. I just like to be out there.
Hi, I'm Andrew. Pronouns he, him. I play Wash. His pronouns he, him. You can find me flying a kite.
Discovering electricity.
Yeah. If I were a D&D class, it would be Ranger, because I am both an outsidey kind of person and an outdoorsy kind of person. I just hate cities, which I'm currently in, so I stay inside.
Hey everybody, I'm Heather Lore. I play Shay Erebos, the Rogue Plus of the group. You can find me on Instagram at Land of Lore, and I would be a multi-class for sure. I would be Rogue Druid, 100%.
Hello. I'm Sydney. I play Codex Theori, Wild Magic Sorcerer, Rune Knight Fighter, she, her. Don't find me, as per usual. Don't. Just, it's fine. And then, fun fact-wise class, it's weird to think about myself in that way, but I would kind of assume a mix of barbarian paladin. I feel like I have the friendly aura, not in a god way, but in a homies way, you know?
Hi, I'm Rebecca. I play Isabella Ballador, Tiefling Paladin Bard of the group. We both use she, her pronouns, and I would be a barbarian.
Hi, I'm Jake. I play Finley Gate Galilee. He's a druid. I'm a man.
Finley
Day.
Finley
Finley Day Galilee. He's gay. I'm gay. You're gay. Pronouns he, him, for him as well as me and some of you. If I were... I'm just gonna go with a lunar sorcerer.
Okay, and then us, me, hi, them. Hi. You can follow us anywhere at TTIYDMD on all socials. That is on Instagram. That is on TikTok, YouTube, Twitter /X, Blue Sky, hopefully soon. Or probably by this point. And on Patreon. Support our Patreon. That helps us do these things and gives you cool content. And there'll be some special content there. Like maybe potentially Gil's Day Out that we talked about forever ago. But yeah. With that, if there are no questions, queries, wonders, hopes, dreams, wishes, other adjectives, or those are nouns, verbs, words, let's go into the recap of what happened on last episode of The Table is Yours.
What story shall be sung today? One can never know how the melody might sound. Our adventurers have already begun to pluck the strings of their story, and their combined composition is unfolding like a road before us.
As we finished talking about the magical items we wanted from Tulistan and his magical emporium, Issa and I noticed a red-haired woman named Lashala, who had a mark on her neck that I recognized as a symbol for someone who is from the 8th Pocket, also known as Father's Den. And when I spoke with her about helping us into the Pocket, she resoundingly agreed to help when I explained myself and the other fated fates needed to get down there to find and re-kill the resurrected Vorano. Once Lashala gave us safe passage into Father's Den, we once again headed past the black lights. We all started to hear a voice in our head, the poetic and eerie speaking of a being known as the Wraithmire, a malevolent spirit born of a tragic event, bent on feeding off of the fear and guilt of its victim. It affected all of us but Finley, showing me an image of my late father and mother, Codex a vision of Arathia with her family on a leash, Issa a distorted image of herself and the bard she could have been had she not lied and hid things from the people she loved, Wash, his late mother, his father turned blood dog and a leader of the Falso Ivories, a man named Rickard. Terence saw two things: Dominic, the man who used to date his mother Estella and who abused them both, whom Terence killed with his prototype serums, and then another unnamed man carrying a burlap sack with orange glowing mushrooms in them. Finley chucked a firebolt at the Wraithmire, dispelling the spirit from us. We were all mostly okay, except for Terence. As we talked about what he saw, Terence began to cry and explain his vision. Terence was inconsolable about his actions resulting in the death of this man. Terence explained that when Vorano first hired him to make the serums, they never worked, as if Terence still needed one more ingredient. It was then, in the echo chamber, he found this man who was selling chuckle caps, a potent upper the man apparently acquired from the Grove. Terence didn't have the money for it though, and with Vorano threatening him and his mother if the serums were not delivered in time, Terence killed the unnamed man past the black lights to use the chuckle caps as the last ingredient in the serum, which ultimately made them work. Finley, Codex, and I tried to calm Terence down and told him that his past actions did not have to define who he was today. We had all made choices we were not proud of, but fixing them and moving on was what made us better than the people we were before. We eventually found an abandoned smithy that we decided to make camp at for a rest. I stayed up with Terence first just to make sure he was doing alright before we received a sending stone call from Ezra through V2. Ezra said that the D'Amatas were returning from the Russet Waste soon and had been in talks with him, Sham, and Maud about planning to infiltrate the Onyx Obscurity. Ezra explained he wouldn't be going since Arathia would probably target him. With the help of Maud and Sham to restore his memories a bit, Ezra remembered that Arathia had begun to make an adventuring party of her own. He was part of it, as well as that Kuzon character Connie and Maud knew, as well as that friend of his named Taran they also knew. Loretta, Sham's sister, and then two people Terence and I knew, Kylos, Terence's late father back from the dead apparently, and a woman named Lyra, the leader of the Needles who taught me much of the combat, espionage, and stealthiness that I know today. As much as the family of blood, their use of Vorano and the Blood Dogs, and everything else they have up their sleeves, this cemented one thing. If she is or isn't the mother figure, Arathia had to be taken down. If we weren't already headed to this doghouse with Vorano, I'd be marching into the Onyx Obscurity right now.
Next on watch list was Codex and Issa.
I mean, whenever we get woken up, she's upstairs, she probably, in a horrible way, she picks up the rock that you magic mouthed and moves it from the window so she can sit in the window with her legs dangling out and look outside and just chill. And she's fucking with the Seraphima's gauntlet that she stole. She's had it in her backpack every time we leave the house. She's fucking with it, and she probably has it on and is just poking at the different ways, the enclosures, and is not entirely sure how it works, but
Issa's never seen it before, so she's like, what the fuck is that? Codex, is that Seraphima's thing from is that the thing she used to take blood from people?
Yeah, when she fell into pieces, I took her arm, and then I took this off of her arm, and then I've just had it the whole time. Haven't really put a lot of effort into figuring out what it does, per se, but I think I've fucked around with it enough that, I feel a similar-ish connection to, when I'm attuned to my casting thing, I guess, so,
Didn't Connie say it takes people's abilities? She took Connie's dark vision.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. If I can figure out how it works, maybe I can use it on other people that we're dealing with, to make them not as strong. You know?
Yeah, I mean, listen, it makes sense. And if you want to try that, just let some of us know that are normally in the front, and then we can, maybe we can tag team to get you as close as you need to be to do the thing. But this seems kind of scary.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really entirely know what it does. And she kind of swings her legs back into the window and like hops inside, and she'll put the rock back in spot and it like makes the sound again. And she's like, puts it back. She kind of like holds her arm out so you can kind of like see the gauntlet. And like, honestly, don't remember what you described this as. I'm just picturing that Final Fantasy cool like claw gauntlet.
It looks kind of like when it's on, it's almost a little bit like those. It looks a little bit like, you know, like the skeletal metal hand covers that you put on. It kind of goes over like that, but then it eventually connects to the top. But it's kind of like this like almost exoskeleton claw that goes out and stretches about maybe like an extra finger's length over top of your hand. The one thing that I will say that is magical about it is when you put it on, it kind of looks like all the fingers are the same size, like off of you. But when you put it back on, it'll shape to your fingers and shape to your thumb. So that means you can it's ambidextrous. You can put it on either hand. It also has what looks like 3 vials on the top at the back of the hand. Below the vials where there's like the bracelet, if you will, that connects to your wrist. It is like this silver band that has the symbol of the Russos, which is like that loose, wavy R.
Oh, okay, cool. So, yeah, she like holds out her arm so you can look at it, and she's like, I was thinking about trying to like just extract my own blood to see what it does. I don't think it's going to kill me or anything. What? You use it to like I think you have to like put blood in it before you can do anything with it. You know what I mean? Because look at the vials, and she like holds up the arm. I don't know, Issa. I don't know. Is it a bad idea? Do you think someone else should have this?
I don't think it matters which one of us has it. I just would caution just trying it out. You know, like in the midst of if we see Vorano soon, maybe like might be a little dangerous to just. Yeah. Throw it on and try it out. Maybe we could do some tests or something at the keep.
Yeah, it's already on, so.
No, I see that.
Yeah.
I guess if you want to use it tomorrow or the next day or whenever we encounter Vorano, you can just let us know, maybe, and then we can get you in there closer.
Yeah.
Maybe keep an eye out.
Yeah. And then if I turn into a giant blood dragon, then we just have a blood dragon that's around, you know?
Mm-hmm. My favorite of blood dragons. Yeah. Well, on that note,
I'm gonna just brush up on my spells and, if you need anything, just, nudge me.
I'm just gonna quick call someone on the Demarda phone line to see if they actually wrote a letter, because it just feels like they didn't write a letter. Yeah, Issa taps her sending stone, just like, hello?
Hello? You hear Casimir's voice?
Oh, hi. Just a quick update. So we're past the black lights. We're gonna go kill Vorano and whoever's with him. Question though, did you send a letter to the guild?
Not to the guild, to the Pillar Cascade.
Why did you send a letter instead of...
Reasons I can't get into right now.
Listen, I'm just a little paranoid that, weird things like sending letters.
How did you know that we sent a letter?
Ezra said you sent a letter.
Okay, good. So that is not going to help with... You just hear Casimir sigh.
Why? What's wrong?
I can't tell you.
What do you mean you can't tell me?
I can't tell you.
Why?
You probably appear out of the Pokeball. You watch this, he's looking for the words. Can you hold on for 20 minutes?
What?
Can you hold on for 20 minutes?
Yeah?
Okay. You just have to trust me.
I do. I trust you.
It shouldn't be this hard, Issa. You can either trust me or you cannot trust me.
Okay.
Alright, 20 minutes go by as you're just kind of probably pacing, what the fuck? As you feel this, bit of magic kind of, come under your feet as you get teleported somewhere. And you were, in this, ethereal plane. It just looks kind of like the cosmos is all around you in smoke as Casimir then appears. Okay, good. We have a place of quiet that I will not be able to do for a very long time. So I'm using this once and only time for who knows how long so I can tell you what the fuck's going on. I think you have to throw out all your sending stones.
What do you mean?
What did they tell you when you go to college about sending stones?
Well, I kind of missed that lesson. I missed that.
They only contain sending use for one day. And 25 words. And how many times a day do we talk on it?
No, okay.
You know how the Russet Waste has ability to amplify types of magic?
Yes.
Well, my sister, my brother, Sue, Ayasa and Toro, I don't know if Finley's mentioned them, but that's his pseudo-parents and Sue's parents, Rush, Willow. We sat down with some people at the Russet Waste who explained they have their own ways of amplifying magic of certain things, as well as knowing them, which made us think about another place that knows them, and that we must also assume amplifies. And if we have sending stones all across Suburbia that anybody can use, as many times a day, maybe it's being amplified by people who are listening in.
Okay.
After all, they are national intelligence.
FBI! They're in my computer!
So that means every conversation we've ever had over a sending stone in Zabaria has been heard by Arathia back. And most likely her father before. I mean, we knew her father not very well, but he seemed like a nicer man, maybe? Who knows? So that's why I couldn't say anything over, because I don't want to say that we know over. Which is why I picked it up, because I feel like if we start showing that we know, that could also be bad.
Damn, shoddy. Okay, I'm so mad about everything I've said on a sending stone now.
I never even thought about it until we were at the Russet Waste. So.
I guess I shouldn't throw them out then?
I don't think so. Just don't use them. Or use what you can to not tip her off.
Okay, are you safe?
We're fine. Are you?
Oh, probably not, no.
Why do you say that?
I'm sure we'll be fine.
Are you just saying that?
Mm-hmm.
Have you tried believing it?
Yes, I will try believing it. But you're fine? Really?
We're fine.
When will you be back? I want to talk to you.
We can talk here.
No, I want to talk to you in person.
This is in person. And he kind of walks up and touches you. We're in a pocket plane.
Listen, I probably should go to sleep.
So you do or you don't want to talk?
I do. How much time do you have?
Until I send us back.
Okay, real quick then. Really quick. I'm just gonna say it, and then, whatever. At the polished wall, way back when, when it fell. And we went back to the keep, and we talked a little bit. And you were like, I'm gonna leave, because I don't want to interfere with anything. And I was like, yeah, okay, you could stay, and then you didn't, and that's fine. I paused my feelings. So, just wanted to let you know that, and, maybe I feel like soon I'll be ready to unpause them. So, that's all I have to say.
He kind of furrows his brow, a little confused. I do hear what you're saying. But I don't want to be led on a string, Issa. I think when I said what I said and went my way, I tried my best to go on without... Latched is such a heavy word, but, stuck. And I don't know. I mean, it's not hard to see, Issa, that you had a love of your life that you completely lost in if not all the way, and still some way latched to. And I don't want to be the other, because it's not fair to you nor me.
Okay.
Alright, Finley's watch.
What Finley's probably gonna do is just he's gonna pick up the bonfire that is cinnamon. He's just gonna walk outside the door.
Finley! Sorry. Okay, yeah, don't use the sending stone. Arethia's been listening to everything on sending stones for the last, I don't know.
And he's just gonna kind of walk out into the dark. Just kind of look down and kind of look at cinnamon and be like, you think it's worrisome? You're probably right. And now I can't even call someone on the sending stone because it's going to be intercepted. Which also, if you're a step ahead of the game, you never trust the government with your personal information.
Wah, wah.
Why? You said it, buddy. He kind of like shrugs, picks up cinnamon, and then just kind of like continues to walk through the dark for a while, just kind of like kicking rocks and stuff.
I am the rock fairy. Kick a rock in the backside and I'll kill you.
I feel like, Cinnamon, we haven't had a chance to just like sit together.
Huh.
But I feel like you already know how I'm feeling, and I know how you're feeling.
Nodding slowly.
I'm kind of wondering, just curious. When we tried to bring my family back, it felt like I was right there. I just wasn't close enough. I didn't have enough. Something was in the way.
His eyes kind of like furrow with a little bit of thinking and confusion. Well, not confusion, but just a lot of thinking. And then his eyes kind of just like brighten up, and he like has a thought that appears, and then he kind of like goes back to a little bit of like thinking eyes as he kind of just like brushes up against the scarf that's on him.
What you think about? Oh, and he kind of like reaches out to like he's gonna like touch it and like wiggle the fabric.
What?
I mean, maybe.
He squints as he's like he does that squint of like, do you know what I'm saying, or are you thinking something different?
I think I might be thinking something different. What are you thinking? This is the first time Finley's going to speak with Animal to have Cinnamon be vocal.
To actually speak to Cinnamon.
I don't know. This is your mama's, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's part of it.
Well, your mama would know what to do, right? I mean...
But you know why that's hard.
Well, yeah, but she was your mama. Did she ever do something like that before? Can you think of anything?
But she had a group, like a people she met with.
How many people in the group?
Kind of like sighs, is like trying to think back 50 plus years ago. Well, I drew the runes to make up for the fact that there were people missing, but it wasn't enough. But she had
4 other runes, right?
Right. There were 4 runes for 4 different people, because I was the 5th.
Can I see what the runes look like? I might be able to figure it out. I know I can't really speak that language either, but maybe with the spirit connection, maybe I can figure something out.
Holds it up and like shows the...
Okay. That one kind of looks like flame, so that would be, I think, you, right? And then that was on your left, that one was on your right, and then there was 2 others on the other side. Okay. The way that shape looks, it kind of looks like it means dark, and that one looks like bright, I think. That one kind of looks like, I don't know, it's kind of like swirly. It looks a little like, I can't tell if it means wing or heaven or something.
Oh.
Or the heavens. And then,
right.
That one's the coin. I don't know what a coin means.
It was for chance.
So we got dark, bright, heavens, chance. What does that mean?
I can remember what they looked like, the people, what they looked like.
Okay, well, looks aren't always becoming on what you mean to somebody's family.
But there was a cleric and there was a paladin.
Okay.
And they fit into the light and the swirly.
Okay.
And then there was, and he kind of like has this moment where he's like remembering the, like what the person who looked like for the shadow one.
So this Finley remembering when his family was taken from him?
This is Finley remembering his mom doing a similar ritual. When she would do rituals, he drew runes because he doesn't have the people. She had the people that then channeled into the ritual. Got it.
Well, you never really got a good look at her. I can only really see in your brain because I wasn't there till after. She had long, dark black hair.
Right.
She was taller. She came from south. I know that. But I don't think the Berg.
But I mean, south of us is either the Berg or the Grove. And
or more Berg. Or sea.
Or more Berg. But I mean, it's also, when I think about her, it's dark. Like, she's not very visible. Like a shadow that I can't quite, like, grab onto.
Well, who would your mom know?
Well, probably people who are really powerful, but also, like, older.
Yeah, because it was 50 years ago.
I don't know how long she knew her before then, but...
Your mom's old.
My mom's experienced. You never call a lady old, Cinnamon.
I never met her.
She seeped both confidence but also shadows, like an ink.
Oh, like Shay.
Like Shay.
Okay, maybe it was Shay. We should ask her. And Cinnamon's gonna like turn around and start.
Cinnamon, come on back.
Ask Shay how old she is.
How experienced are you?
He kind of like sits there and he's like, but probably not Shay.
Maybe the other woman that Shay knows, the one without the eye.
Her sister Ish. I don't. It could be Ish. I don't know what Ish looked like when she had 2 eyes.
Well, does Shay have a mama?
Yeah.
Okay, well maybe it was her mama. Okay, so we got that. So it looks like just next time we go, we gotta find people that can fill those roles. That seems easy.
I feel like it's a little bit more than that, though. Because it was never random people. My mother cared about these people.
Okay, well then you just gotta be people you care about. You like Shay.
That is true.
So that's one person. I would just say the other fates, but that's 5 other people, not 4, so. Can V2 do something? I really like V2.
V2 can sit in the center with us if you want. But anyways, enough of this thought that I'm having.
Okay. I was just here for the ride. And just make sure you're protected because there could be out here. And you get silly sometimes.
I do get silly, especially when my sleep's interrupted.
I think we think on it, we reconvene, we talk to Shay.
Right. It all starts with Shay.
Probably we should go deal with Blue Boy first. Blue Balls, whatever his name is.
Vorano.
Right, him. Blue Balls.
Right.
Alright, final watch to it.
Shane Wash, yep.
Who's gonna just like walk up to Shay and be like tap on her because she's meditating.
Oh, Finley, hello. Is it time?
It is time. 2 hours have gone by for me, and 2 hours will now go by for you.
Excellent.
Right. I do have to talk to you about something later on.
Oh.
Have a nice watch. Have a nice wash. And then kind of just like, I'm going to go to bed. I'm getting silly.
Isa's mumbling in her sleep, sending stones. Hopefully Finley's telling them about the sending stones.
I walk away and like steps over Isa, hears sending stone, and goes, by the way, I know you and Wash aren't typically the sending stone conversation people, but let's just avoid using them from now on. On Isa's suggestion. Surprising, I know.
Even the ones that she just got for us all to talk to each other?
Correct.
I'm just gonna assume as Finley settles down, Shay's gonna give Cinnamon a little scritch and then go and like tap Wash. Would you like to join or do you want to keep sleeping?
It's fine. Wash gets up, starts like rolling up his bedroll and putting all the shit together, lights a cigarette, then pulls out his flask. You want any?
Sure. She'll take a swig, and from the other hand, she'll like pull out a like game set. Game?
Yeah, fuck it.
She'll hand the flask back and then they can start playing. So Wash, I know you're not much of a talker.
Yep. So how you been holding up?
Honestly, it all hurts. I'll continue trying to do temporary solutions of numbing the pain or distracting myself or giving in to the joys of moments to try and make it hurt a little less. But there's so many wrongs that I can't fix and there's so many people that I haven't been able to protect. And I don't know what to do about that. And I wish every single day that I could see my mother again. And someone took that from me.
I can kind of relate to that.
Do you want to talk about your parents?
Well, Mom was a teacher. My dad was a merchant. It was a pretty cozy life for the majority of it. They were blinded by faith, so there's that.
In what way?
My father apparently put us all at risk because he thought a god would actually protect him.
Interesting.
Ain't that wild?
Yes. There's something to be said for the strength that faith gives, but it seems like this one was a bit more detrimental to you all as a whole instead.
And to think I wanted to be a paladin.
Things change. Yeah. So, if you don't want to talk about it, you don't have to. But what ended up happening? How did you lose them?
Well, you know how the Falso Ivories are a group of people who I would like to kill all of them.
Oh yes, they deserve it.
It was primarily Rickard doing what Seraphima wanted. I going to visit my dad one night, when he was closing up shop, and I saw like 7 or 8 of them surrounding my dad, and they took some pliers and they ripped off his fingers. And as they were leaving, they saw me. They tried to get me to lead them home, or to my house, and I tried to get away, and Wash rolls up his pant leg. And when I was getting away, Rickard left me with this, and he's got gross nail mark scars on his leg. I eventually got away from them, and my family moved to the 3rd, changed their names, lived in the slums, and when I was out just trying to have a life, I came home and there was no one.
They just disappeared?
I mean, I can only assume that they were taken by the Ivories. He goes back into his pouch. He's like, all I've got is these 2 things to remember them by. And it's a broken pair of glasses, and the other one was a handkerchief. Dad's glasses, Mom's handkerchief, yeah. So that's it. I have 6 years of memories and these.
I'm so sorry.
It's life. Not one that I would choose, but everyone has their shit.
True enough. And it seems that Lily and her mother are incredible people. Did you go live with them after?
I didn't want to risk them, so I found a place to stay.
And that's how you became a thief, eh?
Well, you gotta put food on the table somehow.
True enough.
Tell me about the needles. I only hear whisperings of them.
They were... I'm not really sure where they stand now, but when I was with them, they were essentially the leaders of the 11th and the pocket there. And more than anything, we just sort of had fun. We would infiltrate high-end parties, steal whatever we could there, have little competitions in there. We would protect people. We would shake people down. We would care for ours and others. They essentially raised me when I got left alone, I suppose, in the Berg. When I ended up there, really. The Needles found me and gave me a home. I was 8.
So they're just a close-knit gang, then?
Yes, they're a very powerful and top-ranking one, but yes, they essentially control a pocket, more or less, and everyone that is there.
When you were left in the Berg?
Yes. When I was 8, something happened. And I remember one moment I was at home, seeing the face of my dead mother speaking to me before my eyes, running through shadows. I saw my father's grave, and then the entire world blurred around me, turned dark, and suddenly I was in an alley in a place that I had never known. And it ended up being the Berg. And I, too, had some fun, sneaky thieving days trying to survive until they found me and took pity on a sad urchin.
He's gonna pass the flask back over,
Yep. They're both just drinking.
Oh yeah, by the way, please stop picking the locks on my door.
I thought you liked it. I thought it was a fun little game between us. That's why you kept adding more. It's like an extra challenge, and it's more fun for you. It's a game.
Shay and Wash have finished their last watch before you guys kind of pack up your stuff and get ready to continue heading, assumedly northeast towards the center of Merkside or the Berg, whatever, towards where the Grove would be. Looking for Vorano, the Doghouse.
Terrence sidles up next to Shay and is like, we should probably tell them about our phone call last night.
I was going to say we might need to wait, but no, we might as well tell them now. We have plenty of time as we walk.
Yeah. Hey guys.
So you guys walking already?
Yeah, I would assume so. Sorry. Sure. So during Shay and I's walk last night, you know how Ezra said he wanted to talk to us? The reason is So I guess Arathia has her own kind of pseudo-adventuring party that Ezra was once a part of, and now she has replaced him with some people that are very important to Shay and I.
And that apparently were once dead, just like Ezra.
So we didn't know any of this actually, but the people who were there's a guy named Kuzan that Shay is kind of familiar with.
He has similar magic to mine.
Taran, Kuzan and Taran were both part of Connie's group when she went down there to work for Arathia to get the Darkroot Diamond. Sham's sister, Loretta, is part of this group, as well as Shay's friend, Lyra, and my dad, Pilot.
Your dad?
Yeah, the guy died 20-something years ago. Yeah.
I remember talking about that in the kid. I thought...
Shredded to death by the beasts? Yeah. There.
Okay.
So, that's fun. Cool that my dad's alive. Sucks that he's under Arathia's control.
Everybody, please roll a survival check, kind of to supersede your passive perception, because I think at Merkside you have to be a bit more aware than just passively aware. I'll just start with same order of intros, starting with Terrence.
15.
Got it. Wash.
Wash gained clarity and got a 20. Not 20.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
He shared his lore and he's like, I am unburdened.
Friendship with Shay has made me aware. Shay.
18.
18. Codex.
13.
Issa.
19.
Finley.
26.
Noted. Okay, continue.
From what we understand, the only way to get them out of it is like with a wish.
We don't have access to any wishes.
We kind of do have access to like some wishes.
Mm-hmm.
What, like blood wishes?
Yes.
Yeah. We have access to that technology.
I mean, so if it comes down to like the blood wishes, do you think that like the concentration of power in a person and like their blood is what could boost the wish? Because like Arathia is currently tethered to a god and people have said she's getting stronger, so like do you think just like her blood alone would be good enough to make a wish?
Yeah.
Actually.
Plus the divine is supposed to have better. Okay. So last night, I checked in with Kaz. I asked if they sent a letter, because it didn't make sense that they sent a letter to the keep, because like sending stones. And eventually he was like, yes, because Arathia is listening to all the sending stones in Zabraria. So just like something to be aware of. I think that we've all shared things on sending stones we shouldn't have shared.
So if I happen to disclose the entire plan of us going to the Onychus Obscurity over the sending stone last night, do you think that's
disclose the whole thing?
Well, I was talking about blood wishes and the fact that we want to like go in there and get our friends and family back, and also that getting into the Onychus Obscurity is going to be difficult, and we want to kill Arathia. So all of these things
But I feel like she knows all those things.
She already probably knew that. I mean? To be honest,
she has a timeline and also the blood wishes. I don't know if she probably knows how to do that, right? Does she know how to do that? She knows how to do that.
She taught about stuff.
Yeah,
I would like more information on all of this, though. I think we should figure out a lot more before we just go and blazing and kill a god or Arathia who is tied to a god or our friends, anything like that.
Speaking about going into places before going anywhere blazing, about this time is when you finally see, like, through the fog of Merkside, you see kind of across the way this large wall. Like, luckily, I think, like, through your ways when you guys are talking, like, you didn't actually have to RP it, but, like, I think with all your survival checks, like, there was moments where it was like just shut up for a second, and, like, that just happened, and you guys just continued. But you've gotten to a point where now what you see is, like, this, like, large stone wall that kind of, you see, like, it does start to, like, wrap, not, like, it's hard because the berg obviously is, like, huge, but Merkside is smaller than the upper berg and blah, 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 blah. But, you notice that there's, like, this large stone wall that kind of starts to wrap around as if it's, like, encompassing, putting a shell around the grove, you assume. There is no, like, door. You know, there's no, like, ding, 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 there's a door. But there are a lot of what seem to be, the best way to describe it, I know not everyone's going to get it, is that half-circle sewer grate kind of thing. I'm thinking, like, Helm's Deep, like, from Lord of the Rings. But it's something you could maybe, like, cut or break or go through. It looks dark on the other side. You're assuming there must be some type of tunnel that goes into the other side of the grove. They connect to those rivers, the rivers that you've seen underneath Merc's side.
All right. Wash, I don't know how well I want to fit through that. Can you use your pocket hole?
Oh yeah.
You could fit through that. It's not.
Yeah, but the pocket hole.
We just want to use the pocket.
That's
I just want to use the pocket hole.
Also,
you can give me a wall.
Wash will pull it out of his pocket, unfold it, and
Before we get
Pocket hole. Loose hole.
Loose hole.
I do have a question about hole mechanics.
Yes.
Oh my god.
What, do you have to remove the hole from the side that you dropped the hole, or can you remove the hole from the side that you come out?
It's like an accordion, so like you can remove it.
I just didn't know if Wash would have to like crawl back and then like...
yeah, no, I wanted Andrew to pay all of the money that I never get anyone to spend just so he could use it once.
It's a double-sided hole, actually.
Yeah.
It's a straw.
It's like a straw.
I start sprinting.
we go through the hole.
You guys start going on the pathway on the side of the sewer. Assumedly, probably Wash and Chair, like everybody keep to the walls just in case there's something creepy in there. As you notice when you walk in, the sewers start to go down. So the river comes up from something.
Well, that's not how gravity works.
Well, remember too. There's
Waterfall
also
works at the thing.
Right. There was also the waterfall at the ninth, and also
Someone cast you in.
Also, this is D&D. This is fantasy, so you know. All right. So you guys keep continuing forward into the open pathways until eventually it seems like it comes along to this large wooden door. It looks wooden. Looks like it's made out of very old, maybe petrified wood, because it looks kind of like stone. It's this double door right in front of you that you can hear muffled talking behind. Surrounding you, there are a couple of those doors in this like divot of the hall, as well as there seems to be like vent grates on the side that that are just kind of like, you don't know if they're there for ventilation reasons or what, but there are like these like very like half a foot by 3, half foot tall, 3 feet wide, kind of barred vents closer to the top of the ceiling. Not exactly, but closer.
They got central AC here? That's crazy.
It's great.
Terrence pulls everyone into like a huddle. So here's option number 1. We open the door like civilized human beings.
I'm saying this while whispering, right?
Yeah, I'm whispering.
Okay.
For audio purposes.
Like, okay, so
open the door.
So option number 2 is I could just turn into Terry and like smash through that door and then start kicking shit.
I like this idea.
I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna smash through the door.
So as you guys are all conversing, and you're like, okay, big guy, you're about to go through whatever, right? You're prepping Terry. You do kind of just hear, well, we were expecting you all to be here eventually. As you see somebody cross the corner from behind you. As Wash, you see a very familiar face. You see somebody who has elven-like ears, orange eyes, very pale skin, sunken, sallow. Looks like they don't sleep very often, or maybe they do. They just have like bloodshot eyes and huge bags under their eyes, Gucci, if you would. Wearing this kind of like larger black trench coat, a white button up under it, and like kind of like that one of those. It's not a bolo, but it's like one of those cross ties. You know, where it kind of just looks like it's like that small fabric that like X's.
Yeah.
He has kind of slicked back hair that's a little longer, and it's like a kind of like an off teal color. It's not. This person doesn't look too different than Terrence, to be honest. But
That's why it's been so long to be friends.
This is Rickard Kelowath. He is the leader of the False Ivories. And you watch him walk in with 2 dogs by his side, and he seems to have what looks like this golden glow around him. You don't know what that means. But he kind of like walks in. He's not very tall. He is half-elf, but for half-elf, he's on the shorter side. He's about 5'11", but he kind of walks in, kind of slouching a bit, so maybe he's a little shorter because he's slouching as his hands are kind of like deep into his black trench pockets, as he kind of just like gives it like this toothy grin and goes, well, if it isn't Felix and your entourage, who the fuck's this guy? Looking at Terrence or Terry.
Terry looks at him and is like, do you want me to, like, not in like the mindset is like, do you want me to hit this guy?
Go through the door now. And Wash is going to pull the pin on one of his grenade like bombs and throw it at this dude. I don't care what he has to say. Fuck this guy.
Yeah, dude.
Hell yeah.
This is how you start a combat with a bang.
Noted. Roll to hit, and I will roll something as well before. And then Terry also rolled a hit.
26.
Got it. Wash, what'd you get?
I got a 16, but is it to hit or a save? Because it said...
I can roll a save, but how many other people need to roll a save? Because he's only about 5 feet off from you.
Then whoever's within 5 feet of him.
So everybody make a save.
It's a con save.
I got a 24.
Well, that definitely saves. If you got a 12, you save. These bombs are...
Oh, okay. So then nobody takes anything. You just throw this bomb, and you kind of just watch it, and everyone kind of like shudders and moves to not get hit, as Terry just kind of turns around and punches the door. And you watch as, like, if you're looking at Rickard through the smoke, you watch as you just see, like, his hand out as if he just snapped. It was probably hard to hear the snap because of the bomb. And you just see, like, this trace of gold hit the door, and he goes, "Where the hell do you think you're going? Hold on." Okay. And he just starts walking through you guys. If anyone's trying to hit him, they can.
I definitely will.
He's just walking, like Moses parting the fucking sea as he's trying to walk through you guys. Terry's just kind of like, huh?
Yeah, Terry cut up the door. He's like, what the fuck? This usually works.
And you just hear like, boom, 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 like as you keep hitting it.
Yeah, I'm gonna swing on him. Does a 24 hit?
Usually it would. As you kind of swing to hit him or like grapple him, you watch as it like just hits that golden shimmer, and it's just like ding. He like turns to you, Wash, looks up a bit, and goes, "Hold on, kid. All in good time." As he then kind of like walks past you, touches the door, and you watch the door just kind of as he starts walking through. Do you guys just like awkwardly follow it?
I guess.
Not much of a choice.
I hate the guy.
Yeah, he's horrible. When you walk into this room, it's not very large. It's like 55 by 55. Not a very large room. It looks eerily similar, setup-wise, kind of, to how the vats worked. Kind of. In Merkside before, where there is this large, in the middle, there's this large, like, fountain pool of blood. It looks like it's very shallow. It doesn't look like it's, like, being, like, currently actively used, or there's something in there, or, like, someone's gonna be using it. And literally standing in the middle of it, probably wading up to about his ankles, you see a very familiar face of a blue Vidalcan bald man, with white overt eyes of Vorano. And you kind of watch as Rickard kind of slinks his way in, just kind of like walks down these steps. There's like this little bit of like a staircase down into this room. There are large barrels kind of cascading and bordering the left and far side wall. No idea what the fuck's in those. You do see there are some hanging cages that you assume there must have been people in at one time. As well as you see this, there are a couple more blood beasts. There are probably in total of the regular size blood beasts, there are 4. The 2 that Rickard went in with Rickard, and 2 that are already in there. As well as you see this very large one. And he has golden eyes, and his teeth, it looks like he's like biting down so hard that it looks like kind of like gold is pouring out. Rickard kind of like walks up to the dog, tries to go pet it, and you watch as the dog at Rickard, and Rickard like puts his hand back and just smiles and like, oh, whoa, hold on. As he kind of like shakes his hand and turns around and looks at Wash and goes, "Garrett, your son's here." And he kind of smiles and looks over at Wash.
Wash's face is kind of just like a little, like, not really giving emotion, but his hand is doing that Arthur, like...
Vorano seems to like close some type of instrument and fold it up and put it down, because he also kind of turns around and goes, "You know, I wasn't actually expecting you all to show up. It's fucking stupid that you're here. You're going to die for no reason. But I can't say I don't want revenge."
You want revenge?
Yes.
Against Balthazar? He's not here.
Oh, Balthazar D'Amato will get what's coming to him. Don't worry. But...
As will you.
He kind of smiles a bit and says, "Missed your tenacity, Shay. But let's be honest. The only reason I was killed by Balthazar was because of the stupid fated fates. So...
Because I asked.
Actually... I don't have any grand speech. I just want you dead. So... Rickard... There are one of 2 choices, and you watch Rickard like kind of says, "Yeah, what's your idea?" "Well, either I could test it or you could test it." "I don't know. Felix, can you come here for a second?" He kind of like gestures for you to come over, very snidely and shittily.
No, fuck you.
Oh, come on.
Why would I? If you take off that bullshit fucking magic armor, then sure.
He walks right up to you. You'd like that, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Oh, I should probably let you know, your mom used to cry for you. It was horrible. And it's kind of a shame. We probably should have kept her alive because it maybe would have made him more obedient. Pointing at Garrett. She's...
Wash has dug his own fingers into his palm, and it's bleeding now.
Ugh.
Careful, kid. You're not going to do too well in a fight if you're already bleeding. Oof. Yeesh. Okay, well, here's the thing. And he kind of grabs you by the sides of your head. By the luck of graces and everything else, I'm lucky to still be alive here today. Luckily, these fucking whatever the fuck siblings and the other one, thought it best that I still remain alive after what happened with Seraphim and all that shit. So, I'm counting my blessings, hope you're counting yours. I'm living on borrowed time anyway, so it doesn't matter to me if I turn and rip you to shreds. So, Vorano, I'll volunteer and you can do the other thing. Any last things you'd like to say to me while I can consciously hear it? I'm sure you have a lot of shit to say, but I'm going to take that away from you, because even if you do kill me, and I don't fucking care, because at least you're suffering now and I'm saying it, I won't be able to understand, you fucking clod. So here, say it. And he kind of like, you watch him like open his arms out, like, say what you want to say, punch me if you want to, it won't hurt.
When I kill you, no one will remember your existence.
He comes back and he grabs your chin. Oh, but Felix, you will. And then he's going to turn around and go up to Vorano and...
Ooh, I hate this guy! I hate this guy! I want to...
Well, if you kill me, good for you. It doesn't fucking matter to me. I've done my part. And you watch as he goes up to Vorano, and Vorano, like, kind of just... They kind of shake each other's hands, and you watch as Vorano picks up that instrument, he unfolds it, and stabs Ricker, and you watch, like, Ricker, like, lets the gold part kind of go for a second, like, the briefest of moments, and you watch as Vorano, like, sticks it in him, and it's kind of like, almost similar, kind of, to the glove you've seen Codex fucking with. You watch as it kind of, like, injects into Ricker, and you watch he's kind of like, almost like American Werewolf in London, starts to, like, transform as he turns into almost identical to your father, Garrett Wirch, in his current state as this, like, celestial blood beast dog. He turns into, like, this giant gnashing one, kind of with, like, blue fur, and he's very large, and you watch him kind of, like, turn around, kind of go up to Garrett, and you watch as Garrett kind of, and then he kind of, like, backs, and they kind of, like, come to an understanding in dog world. As Vorano kind of, like, heals them both, as they both kind of, like, stand behind, and Vorano just kind of, like, looks at you all. You could walk out now, but I don't really care. Either way, you're going to die. But Terrence, I want to let you know, I did a lot of thinking and researching over the last year and some, and I really think I have perfected your serum. As you watch, he takes what looks like your serum, orange just like yours, but like with this glint of gold to it, and probably like a little bit of red like ruby. But you watch as he kind of just, like, smirks, downs it, and you watch as Vorano kind of, like, kind of gets taller than Terrence. You're what, 7.5 foot tall, 8 whatever, gorilla? Gorilla? You watch as he rises to 10 feet tall. He is full fucking Dorito-bodied, and he just goes, I'm going to kill you all. And he talks perfectly. Roll initiative. Okay, 25 to 20.
I got 20.
Oh, I think that was 21.
20 to 15.
19.
I rolled a 17.
15 to 10.
10.
13.
All right, Shay, you're up first.
So Verano's in the middle of the, like, pool of blood, basically, right?
Correct. He is
Giant Vorano.
huge. He has a fucking 24-pack. When he, like, gets huge, you just watch, like, as it just, like, bursts off him, very anime style. Fucking Master Roshi.
She's gonna cast Toll the Dead, because he's in the middle of a bunch of dead people. So I need a wisdom save from him.
He got a 17.
Beats it. I have 17. Okay.
Got it.
She is going to, bonus action, one of the smaller blood beasts.
All right. Up next, Vorano. Everybody, please make a wisdom saving throw. Wash, you don't have to roll. Terry.
I got a 7.
Shay.
21.
Save. Issa.
23.
Save. Codex.
I'm gonna use Tides of Chaos to gain advantage on this roll.
11.
11. Noted. You and
Hits.
B2 will fail.
I have rolled below 10 almost every roll.
That's
that
a
I've
fail?
done in this game. So 10.
Finley and Cinnamon.
26 and 20.
That makes so much sense for Cinnamon. Okay, so only Codex, Terrence, and V2. Vorano Unleashed is going to be using his frightening presence. Codex, Terrence, and V2, you were all frightened for a minute. Of course, you
God
can
damn it.
repeat the saving throw at the end of each of your turns.
Boss fights.
But you guys are all afraid of Vorano Unleashed. You're going to watch as Vorano kind of like takes his hands up and he just kind of chuckles and says, I'm so glad I'm not as stupid as you. Looking at Terrence as he just takes his fists up in the air and he slams it to the ground as he will use ground tremor. Everybody, this causes a huge shockwave. All creatures within 20 feet of his choice need to make a DC 18 dexterity saving throw or be knocked prone.
I got a 20.
V2 as well?
19.
You
Wash got a 21.
Shay?
23.
Codex?
23.
Issa?
25.
Finley?
18.
Got it. So nobody was knocked prone. So he kind of does that and he kind of like growls and you just watch as he's going to go straight up. Let me see.
When it doesn't work, Harry looks at him and goes, and I'm stupid.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I'm not even going to roll to see if he's going to hit Wash or Issa first, because you say that, and Vorano is going to walk right up to you.
Bring it on, buddy. I've been waiting for this one.
You watch as, when you say, do you think I'm stupid? He just kind of comes up and he goes, yes. And you're going to watch as he takes both fists and he's going to go punch right at you for a melee attack. That's a 15, and then that is a 30, a natural 20.
Yeah, I'm gonna do silvery barbs because I can give you advantage. So I'll silvery barbs the hit. So he has to reroll.
Got it.
And take the lower number.
This is my first roll with this dice too, and I got a 20. God damn it!
Was that the new one?
Yeah, it's the Demardo dice.
All is well. I don't wild magic surge. I actually got a nat 20 on saving that one.
The Dimarda.
Natural 20 plus 10, 30.
No way!
Yes!
Terrence, you get advantage on your next ability check, attack, or saving throw.
Alright, and you are going to take 3d10 plus 7 plus 2d8 because he has hulking presence, which makes Verano's melee attacks deal an extra 2d8 bludgeoning damage.
That's evil.
Ouch.
Huh? Welcome to the... Listen, I wanted to give you weight, so here's some weight to this fight, you know? I'm not even going to double it, so you're just going to... I'm not going to double because you're going to take half, right?
Yeah.
Unless we want to know the fun stat.
Nah.
So then you will take 28.
Okay.
Alright, that is Verano's turn. And he kind of, like, you watch as he just for fun, you're not actually grappled, but just for fun and flavor. Put some fun and flavor into what's going on. He's going to, like, punch you, and then he's going to, like, grab you by the neck, and he's just holding you by the neck. But he's not actually grappling you, but for the fun dramatics, he's holding you by the neck, and he goes, you fucking imbecile. It's Issa's turn.
I'm going to just... Can I get to record? I'm going to just kind of vibe over to record. She's going to take 2 swings back to back. First
Step.
one's a 24.
Got it.
Nice.
Second one's a 16.
16 will hit.
Cool. Okay, I'm going to Divine Smite on the first one. So 4th level Divine Smite on the first hit.
Yeah, I was like, what do I have to, like, really hit Wash?
That last line was so good.
Oh, but Wash, you'll always remember me, yeah.
I really teed you up on that one.
You did. You did.
It was great, though.
Yeah,
I
no.
loved it. Story, baby.
For the first one, it's 20 radiant damage
Got it.
and 17 slashing. So
Got it.
37.
Got it.
And then the second one is just a nice little 9 slashing.
Got it. Yeah, you watch as she kind of starts beating on Rickard, and you just watch as he's kind of backed up against those barrels, so he's like, and he starts snarling and prepping to hit her. Terry with V2 on deck, and then Finley and Cinnamon, obviously.
He's gonna hit Vorano a couple times.
You have advantage on your first hit.
Oh, I do.
Reminder.
Okay, so for the first hit, that is a 23.
That'll hit.
Can he make a con save?
17.
Damn, he made it. Okay, 17 damage, and then I'm going to hit him again.
Mm-hmm.
24 for the second, and then can he make another con save?
18 plus 5. 23.
Okay. It's fine. He still takes half, which is good enough.
We're chipping away at him.
Can you calculate the full damage for me? Like, the full damage he would take? Because I have to do the same thing you do.
Yes.
Because remember...
Well, this is from my Tellus fists.
I know. You still take half from bludgeoning and shit.
Oh, yeah.
Not the force, though.
Yeah.
Discount the force, keep that aside, but all the bludgeoning, tell me that full so I can have that, then give him the force.
16 without the force.
Yes. 8, yep.
Half that. And then the force, well, tapped, so it'd be...
Force is half because he succeeded. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So 13. Okay.
So he has his hand around Terry's throat, and, Terry just has this, big... stupid grin on his face because he has no brain. As his face just drops, the smile goes away and he grabs his arm and punches him in the gut, and then pulls the arm aside and punches him on the side of the head, and he reaches with his other hand and throws back another serum at the very end, and like is like, we'll see, as he like bulks up.
Let's go.
I guess we will.
He's still stupid.
I'm terrified. I'm terrified.
What's V2 doing?
He probably gave this command before, like, all of that happened, but he nods over to the dogs on the right and is like, sick 'em. Charge over to them.
Got it. Before it runs away, Vorano's going to use his reaction to hit V2. As V2 runs past, he's going to go, where are you going, pup? As he, like, kind of grabs at V2 to punch him. I mean, 9 plus 10, 19.
That'll hit.
Yeah, I assumed. 14 plus 9, 23.
Sorry, buddy.
Is he up or down?
35. Minus how much? 23.
23.
He's still up.
Yeah, so you just hear as he like runs past and goes towards the blood beasts.
So he's gonna charge the blood beasts. If he got hit by Vorano, I think he would halt before he got to the dogs.
Got it.
And stop like right about there.
Got it.
Terry will nod, tell him to sick him. Vorano will hit him, and then he will like kind of like skitter to a halt just before he gets to the dogs and repair himself before the dogs can get to him and before he can do anything there.
Yeah, you watch as like the metal sheeting around him kind of like, it's almost like, you know, like when you undent, like, cause you know, you can, some dents in a car, you can kind of pop out. You watch it, yeah. He blows his thumb and he inflates. But no, you watch he's like pops out his own dents, as he starts like kind of repair himself and kind of like is resetting, if you will. All right, Finn and Sin, what's going on?
So Finley's just kind of like watching everybody move, and then he's going to see V2 run off and get punched and then stop and heal himself. And he's just going to be like, Cinnamon, duck hunt, and just point over to V2 so that Cinnamon will tag along with.
Does this canonically prove that duck hunt exists in this world?
Yeah, because of them.
And then he's going to cut through Codex and Terry, go in between them, and then run towards Shay. And then he's only going to go 15 feet. And then cast Wall of Fire.
Got it.
And it's going to start from Shay's right and then diagonally cut through Garrett. The wall's facing away from Shay.
Understood.
The dog that it crossed through needs to make a dex save.
14.
That is a fail.
Okay, well, I would never be mean to a dog like that, but whatever. It's just honestly.
I love
these are blood beasts. It's different.
32 fire damage.
Nice.
Okay, this blood beast is not looking good for the other blood beast and Garrett.
Oh, yes.
Well, critical fail on the two, so.
Okay.
Nice.
So
Hell yeah.
both fail, one critically so they take 32, and then
you hear as that like three dogs just kind of as they're getting hit by the flames and crumbling of flames. Garrett's turn. Do they get damage at the start of their turn from wall of fire?
Only if they end it there and go through it.
Or go through it.
Yeah.
Got it. Well, he's going to go through it, so.
He will have
Okay.
How's a 21?
That does succeed. So
Okay.
he's going to take half.
Got it.
16 fire damage.
Got it.
And that's already halved from the 32 that it was again.
All right. So, you watch as Garrett kind of jumps through the wall of fire. You watch as just like, he just kind of like, oh! As like you just see like this aura of light kind of come from him 10 feet out, which means circle time.
You know what this bit was missing?
Circles. You watch as it seems to like celestially heal everybody that is an ally of Garrett. You watch as he kind of like roars and he plants his feet in the ground as you just see this burst of light come from him. Every enemy within 15 feet. Wash, Finley, Shay, and Issa. Please, everybody make a Constitution saving throw. Wash.
25.
Makes it. Shay.
12.
Fails. Issa.
13.
Fails. Finley.
18.
Success. What? So, Wash, you will take a half of the half because it's radiant damage. Shay and Issa, you'll take full. Finley, you'll take half. 6d6.
66, you said? So I take 33.
It's like the same fucking tango number every time I do people. I'm like, no, 6d6.
Okay, we'll stop rolling 66 and we'll stop saying 66.
No, okay. 10, 14, 18.
9.
It also affects Codex too. Just
Wait,
no.
I just
One singular beam of light.
Okay, 10, 14, 18, 21, 26 in full. So, Wash, you will take 6. Finley, you will take 13. Shaney, so you will take 26 radiant damage. 3 multi-attacks, or like 3 attacks in his multi-attack, but I just used 2 to do this. He's going to bite Issa because you're the closest and he doesn't want to get hit. 18 to hit.
No! Yes!
Let's go!
You watch as like his entire like mouth kind of like jaws onto your shoulder, but just dents into your breastplate. You can feel the piercing of the tooth into your breastplate as you're like pushing him off. And that's Garrett's turn. Codex.
She's gonna move to her left, like 15 feet, just to give herself some space to work with here. And she is going to cast Haste and Twin Spell it at Terry and Wash. And she basically like rubs her hands together and then like opens up and claps, and it's just this like thunder clap that like goes out and hits both of you, and you feel this like surge of like just adrenaline hit you. So for the next minute, your speed is doubled. You gain a +2 to your AC. You have advantage on dexterity saving throws. And you gain an additional action on each of your turns. The action can only be used to take the attack, one weapon attack only, dash, disengage, hide, or use object. So I'm going to cast that. That is a 3rd level spell slot. I'm going to...
And your twin
not
spell.
Wild Magic Surge.
Mm-hmm.
And then as a bonus action, as she like pulls her hands back, she's going to just like smash, like hit them against her chest and use Bear's Might.
Mm-hmm.
So she gets the big pink bear aura, and it just kind of like rips out of her and just gives this like roar of like anger. So now I become large. This also lasts for a minute, so I will be tracking both of those timers for as long as I have them active. Sent that out, and it was just like, I got you guys, and is chilling in there.
Got it. Awesome. Thank you. All right. Wash, we're skipping your turn because I don't like it. No, just kidding. No, Wash, your turn.
Wash, now, like, after everyone has done everything, is kind of just standing there, still looking at Rickard. He's going to relax his gripped hand, and his veins are going to start, like, popping out a bit as he goes into a rage. And he's going to sprint over to Rickard, enter his Radiant Consumption as he's passing.
Garrett will get an opportunity attack.
That's fine. Use my reaction to, what is it called? Check hook.
Yes. Okay.
Not now, Dad.
I found my new Codex dice for next campaign.
Relax!
Hit Garrett.
Here's the weird thing. It does, but I can deflect you as Garrett.
Gotcha.
For me, it was a natural 20 plus 8. So 28.
Yeah, that'll fucking hit.
You'll watch as you try to like deflect him back. Like, I'll just, for liberties, unless you're like no, I'll say you probably like, you're so used to like just hearing all the carnage noises of dogs, the gnashing of teeth, and barking and shit. You're kind of just like not paying attention. When you hear behind you, you're getting ready to turn and hit as you kind of just like probably you stop because it's like your dad.
I think Wash was just going to like not pay attention, like try to backhand, but then like he like looks over a bit and then stops.
Yeah, you probably see his eyes, which look similar. As those eyes have no meaning towards, even though they have meaning for you, have no meaning towards you. As he will go into bite at you. All right, 3d8, 7, 14, 7, 14, 28, 20, 30. 35 piercing damage as he just
it is
halved. Okay, yep, that's true. So then 17.
Rickard's gonna take 6 as I enter his area. And then I'm going to fucking punch him in the snoot.
Got it. All right, what'd you roll to hit good old Rickard?
It's a nat 1.
Yeah.
No!
I'll say just being like kind of like scathed by your dad as you turn to try to hit Rickard. It just kind of like, you just watch as like Rickard just grabs onto your wrist. He's like gnawing down on your wrist as you're like trying to get out. All right, Bloodbeast's turn.
Jesus.
No thanks.
Yeah.
Still getting
The beast that just jumped through the fire has to make another.
They both. Does the one that was on it have to?
It was already existing inside of it.
Nice. 11 Dex, right?
Yes.
13.
Fail.
Okay.
Failure.
I'll roll that damage while you continue.
Okay. So the blood beasts that are near Shay and Finley, they are going to one hit Finley and then the other hit Shay. Both will have advantage because they have pack tactics, and they have advantage on any attack rolls against a creature if at least one blood beast ally is within 5 feet of it. So, and they're not
it deals 44 damage to the one that jumps through the.
So never mind. Never mind.
Firewall.
Tell me what happens.
God.
So it goes to jump through the wall, and as it goes out, for anybody who can see it, it kind of looks like the fiery image of Finley's mother, Leliana, reaches out to the one that's like, if one of them is going to go hit him, she's going to reach out and grab it by the scruff and then pull it through the fire as it disappears into the flame, leaving nothing behind.
2 attacks. I will have 2 attacks on Finley because you casted the fire, and I know Shay didn't make a hiding, but I'm just going to be like, it doesn't see Shay.
She was in shadows.
Yeah. It would have, the other one would have seen you, but now that there's one, I'm focusing on Finley anyway. So, it will have 2 attacks on you, both with the +1, because you're a creature, right?
No, actually, no.
No, crazy. Because they have Bloodlust. Blood Beasts gain a +1 bonus to attack if the damage roll is against a target that is a creature, which...
Finley's actually been dead this whole time. He doesn't have blood.
But that means they don't have +1 against V2.
Nice. He's a sweet, sweet boy.
That is 18 plus 5, 23, and that is a cock between 19 and 6. I have to reroll. Unfortunately, I would just take the 19, but I'm going to be nice. Critical fail. Okay, well, I should just take the 19 and done what I wanted, but it's fine. All right, so yeah, 24 will hit you, correct?
The 24 does hit.
Because it's 23 plus 1, it is going to do... Oh, fuck, I could have made that. I could have made that blood beast not die. I could have pounced. Oh well. How high is the wall of fire?
Oh, it's 20 feet high.
Yeah, I could have jumped over. Fuck! It's fine.
Damn.
I didn't pay attention. That's okay. All right, so it is going to bite you. It tries to claw, but you probably, by the time it gets onto you and bites onto you, you're probably pushing back its legs, as it will do a whopping 9 piercing.
9 piercing. Okay, so it is going to invoke his new armor as he goes for the swipe. One of the sashes on his belt is going to then wrap around the claw and then whip it away. So it will take 7 fire damage.
Got it. It is not looking great. All right, on to the other dogs nearest to Wash and Issa. Pack tactics. One against Issa, one against Wash. Both will be at advantage, +1 for each on top of that advantage. Wash is 16 plus 5 plus 1, so that's 22. Against Issa is a natural 20, plus 5, plus 1. Wash first.
Okay.
5, 11, 14 for a bite. Oh, they make 2 attacks. This is just the first attack. So 14 for a bite. Issa, for your bite. 6, 4, 10, 13 for your bite. And then they go again. As they both kind of gnash at you both with their teeth. 18 and a 16, that'll hit you both because it's 21, 23, 24, 25. 25 and a 24 will hit you both, but for advantage... Yeah, 24 and 25 to hit you both. For its claws, which is 2d4. As it swipes at Wash, it will do a whopping 9 slashing. As it slashes at Issa, it'll do a whopping 8 slashing. All right, as the blood beasts go, it is now Rickard's turn. Rickard roars. Like the loudest fucking roar, as you hear the other blood beasts and Garrett kind of woo with him, as he will blood curse. So please, Wash, can you make a Constitution saving throw?
26.
Noted. Okay.
Ooh, nice, buddy. Good job.
Okay. All right. Nothing happens. You feel this kind of blood-curdling chill that goes up your spine, but you don't feel anything take effect. As it will then roar again and take its other one of its 3 actions to blood frenzy all of the dogs as you watch blood curdle from them and start pouring from them, as they all seem to be a bit more malicious. And then he is going to bite at you, Wash. That's what he's going to do. With advantage, because... And +2, because he is the alpha blood beast. All right! 18 plus 8 plus 2. 28. That's for 1 at advantage. 12 plus 8 plus 2. So 22 or 30 both will hit, right? Yep. All right. God, that was not great. 1, 5, 10, 15 piercing. That's his turn.
A few rounds later.
That is their turn. Codex.
Okay. I am going to cast Wither and Bloom.
Got it.
So these spiked thorns come up. I'm casting this at 5th level. So every enemy in the area besides Issa has to make a Constitution saving throw. Wash, in the meantime, you can roll. You also have to make
Why did you differentiate every enemy but Issa?
What's the distance? Wait, hold on. What's the distance?
It's a 60-foot sphere.
So anyone, okay, got it. That is a 10 and a 9.
Yeah, those are both failures. Okay, Wash, in the meantime, you get to, because I'm rolling it at 5th level, you can roll 4 hit die to heal, +5.
Do they take any damage?
Yes, I have to roll for that too. They're gonna take 17 necrotic damage.
Tell me what happens to Rickard.
Oh,
He was. You had him at minus 119. I don't know if you guys. He had 120 health. He was almost dead. How much altogether? You said 17.
17. Yeah, 17
Okay,
necrotic.
the blood beasts are still up.
Okay. So as the vines kind of twist through the ground, the like ground breaks a little bit, and then just pink like spikes basically shoot up through the ground through everyone. And as it goes up through Rickard, you see it just like the vines previously, they don't really wrap around anything, they just go through and then explode. These start to strangle him. They're like the vines that like destroy, they're invasive species. They just start to strangle him and like cut him apart. And then eventually they just shatter and break as he goes down.
You watch as they start to like strangle and shatter at him, like as he's kind of like, you know, like animalistically freaking out and trying to get out of it, which is probably making it worse and cutting him. But you watch as it's like killing him, it's like he's like looking at Wash and he looks like scared for a second, but then when he locks eyes with you, Wash, you just watch as like as it cuts into him, his eyes just like stop dead and there's just like this wolfy grin as he dies.
Yeah.
No.
I guess I'm going to make attacks on these blood beasts to try to clear this away.
Got it.
2 attacks on the one that's directly next to me, I guess.
Got it.
So the lowest is a 21.
That'll hit.
I'm gonna punch it in the side of the head, I guess, for 10 damage. And then the second one is 9 damage.
You get an extra action, too.
Yeah, that's why I'm 3 attacking.
It's still up. It's not looking great.
That's fine. I'm assuming 6 damage will kill it for the end of turn radiant damage.
Still up?
Fine, fuck it. I'm going to, that second fucking punch, I'm going to use my once per round radiant consumption additional damage, so it takes 12 radiant damage on top of those punches.
Okay, yep, that will kill it. Haha, so now you'll never know what's his health between. Somewhere between 48 and 60, you'll never know.
And then I'm going to use that one additional attack to fucking punt this other dog.
Got it.
So that's like Terry, you just kick it into the sky.
21 to hit.
Will hit.
15 to engage.
Okay. All right.
Go!
Alright, it is the singular blood beast turn. All his friends are gone. Poor guy. Luckily, he's blood frenzied. He's going to attack, probably Issa. 19 plus 5 is 24. Wash, it'll be 12, 17, 18 to hit.
Well, that would miss.
Ooh, max damage. 15 piercing.
Okay. And then it's makes a dex save.
20. Modified.
Yeah, I make the con save. That saves, but it takes 8 fire.
Yeah, tell me what happens.
Yeah, I think it bites at Issa and she just reflexively like grabs it by the scruff of its neck and burns it to bits.
Alrighty. Tap the round, Shay.
Shay is going to stick
a knife in his butt.
Yeah, she's gonna summon her parents' weapons and try to stab him in the back. First one is a 21 to hit.
Will hit.
Second is a nat 20.
Nice, okay.
Let's go! Alright, let's see here. Now, I do get sneak attack too. Does that...
Yep.
I don't...
If you roll the dice for your sneak attack on whichever one you're doing it with, just double all the dice that you roll, and then add the same number that you add, but double the dice number.
The first one that does not have the sneak attack on it does 8 damage.
Got it.
And then the second one is... Oh, this is going to be a lot. Hang on.
That's okay.
Just do girl math. You're hot. Say whatever number you want.
No.
31, just base. And then for sneak attack... 22, sneak attack. Sorry, that's just bit. So 44. Sneak attack.
Holy shit!
Yeah.
Tell me what happens.
Yes! Okay, so this fucker just hurt a bunch of us. He just jumped over and basically jumped into Shay's face and hurt all of her friends around her. So, summons her parents' blades because she likes to have a little bit of a connection with them and it's a visceral sort of thing, and it grounds her. First one jabs into his back and doesn't do a lot, but then she's like, alright, fine, Dad, help me with this one. Jams it into, like, his kidney area. Yeah. And as she jams it in, a bunch of shadows and green magical energy just explodes from it and wraps around him and almost like pulls his life force out of him.
You watch as Vorano falls to the ground, still huge, as it's his turn. And you watch as bubbling from the surge from his serum, you assume, that was in him, knocks him back up with 30 more health.
But he's on the ground?
He is on the ground, but it's his turn. And he is going to use half his movement to get up, and then he's going to do something very similar to what Codex can do, as he uses Leaping Bound to jump up to 100 feet without invoking opportunity. He is going to jump over here between Wash and Issa, and he is going to... Odds or evens, you two?
Evens.
I guess I'm up.
14, he's going to pick up Issa.
Oh my god.
I have to make a grapple check against you. That's a 24 grapple check if you want to try to contest.
He's gonna beat Wash with Issa.
Oh, God.
22?
That'll fail. 24. He picks Issa up by her head, by the horns. And, probably by a horn, as he's going to take her and he's going to swing her at Wash, and you guys will both take this damage, as long as I hit. As long as it connects. That is a 28, so that'll hit both of you. 32 damage. He's going to turn around and look at Terry and just be like, fuck you, and just throw Issa at you. Issa, you won't take this damage, but Terrence will. 28 again, so that's 18 plus 10.
Jesus Christ.
For 16, 24, 33 plus 7, 40, so 20 bludgeoning damage as Issa just gets thrown at you and she probably just hits on the floor. You are prone, Issa. You're not down, obviously, but you're prone. All right, that's his turn. Issa.
It's my turn.
Yeah.
So, she stands up and walks towards Vorano and bonus action switches her Vow of Enmity to him. And she's going to try and hit him. 26.
We'll hit.
18.
We'll hit.
7 slashing for the first one, and then we're going to do a third. Yeah, third Divine Smite. 18 Radiant, and then 9 slashing.
He's still up?
And then I'm going to use my Bardic and add the last slashing.
How many Bardics do you have left?
I have 2 more. This is the second one, and I will have 1 more.
All right, tell me what happens. Mm-hmm. You watch as Shay fucking stab, and Vorano falls down. You watch as then that orange glow of the serum kind of pulses through him again. And it's the thing is, Terry, maybe you won't pick this up, but once you're Terran skin, you might. It's your serum, but perfected. It's your serum. Because
I'm gonna take some. I'm gonna take, if I can find some.
You're gonna need to be able to find it, but somebody knows how to perfect it. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. And he gets back up with his health, and then he just goes where the fuck is these two? Doing all the fucking radiant damage, and jumps over to Wash and Issa, swings Issa around at Wash, and then swings her back at Terry. She gets up and goes back towards Vorano and slashes him, and you watch as the blue pulses through his veins, almost like mini explosions from his veins, as he kind of just and falls over, dead. Garrett is still up. He is snarling. He does look like a cornered animal. Hmm. So if you guys want to jump out of initiative, you can. If you want to take this moment for Wash to end his suffering, you can.
Yeah.
Wash. He is just just snarling at you, looking at you.
Wash is going to slow his breathing and drop out of rage, and then slowly approach Garrett with his hand out. Hey, Dad.
He kind of lunges forward and back a bit.
Hey, Dad. Are you there? He's just gonna keep slowly moving closer. I hated you for a long time.
He's just breathing really intensely. But he's not snarling. When you get closer, he'll let you get close, but he still is that, one wrong move.
Hated you for so long, for getting Mom and yourself killed or changed. But I don't think I can hate you like this. He's going to put his hands next to Garrett's face, say hi to Mom for me, and he's going to desperate action radiant through the hands so it's burning. He was crying and now it's gold, bleeding with gold, and he's just going to hold both sides of his face and try to burn through him.
Okay. While this is happening, Shay, can you make a perception check, please?
I just rolled another nat 20. Jesus Christ. 26.
Got it. Yeah, as your hands are burning, Wash, it just kind of like the snarling kind of stops as it just kind of dies down, and he just gets quiet, and his eyes just kind of get still as they just close, and you just lets you have it. And for everybody else, I'm just going to assume you're all on the other side of Garrett as you watch the body kind of slump over and Wash just standing there.
Wash will drop down to his knees.
Yeah, probably shaking with your hands covered in gold, burning gold. Shay, you will see as a form mists out of green smoke and appear by Wash, right behind him. She has dark black hair, probably to really short. She wears glasses. She wears kind of this frilly shirt. She looks older, and she's just looking to Wash, and you can hear her mumbling, which is crazy because you never really hear them usually. But you can hear her mumbling this visage, and just nothing, no answer from Wash, who's just slumped at this body, as she'll probably look up to everybody else in the room and then lock eyes with you, seeing that you see her. Can you hear me?
I can.
Can you tell Felix something for me?
Of course.
And she'll probably gesture for you to come towards her, which means comes towards Wash.
Yeah, she'll carry her.
She'll grab your hand. Can you let me in?
We'll find out.
Okay. You watch as Shay puts everyone else in this tense moment is and Shay, the boldness of Shay. You see Shay, walking up to Wash and putting a hand, which I'm sure some of you are what the fuck is she doing? This is a moment. As she puts a hand on Wash, and Wash, from Shay's mouth, you hear your mother's voice. Felix?
Mom?
And it's Shay. You're looking at Shay. She kind of, gets down, on one knee, and she, kind of puts both hands on your shoulders. Hi, baby. It's been a long time.
Yeah.
She kind of cradles your face. I'm so sorry.
It wasn't you.
Doesn't matter who's to blame. I can't mourn and grieve more than I already have for what you've lost and what we lost. And I've been watching over your father for a long time, but I've also been watching over you, baby. And she kind of grabs your chin. I know that everything that happened can never be changed. It is irrevocably unchangeable. But you're still that special boy, okay? And I, as I'm sure your father, are so proud of you. I know you smoke, I know you drink, I know you do things that probably we wouldn't have liked. But I still see that little boy who wanted to do good. And you are doing good, Felix. You are good. The vices you try to use to drown out don't change who you are. And you're still a light. I miss you so much. I wish things were different. But I'm always with you. And I think now your father will be too. And just... as a mother watching her son suffer for so long, if I can ask anything, which might not be fair, I just ask maybe trust that you're on the right path and you have the resilience to continue going. despite everything.
He's gonna slowly nod as the radiant light slowly dims and disappears.
You've carried so many burdens that would break many, but here you are. Good people, heroes, soldiers like you wanted to be, whatever. The storybooks you used to love, they're not defined by the absence of pain, but by the courage to face it. And everybody hears this, by the way, because Shay's saying it out loud. Have compassion. And know we're always here for you. Right beside you. When you feel the glow of warmth, that's me. That's your dad. And cherish every moment. Don't let the suffering weigh you down. You have so many good things to look forward to. I don't want to see you suffer. And I'm sorry our choices made you suffer. Hold on to the love that surrounds you. And know ours is always here for you. As she kisses your forehead. And then she kind of like comes out of you, Shay, and just kind of like thanks you as you watch. She just stands there above Wash, and you kind of watch as like eventually you'll see this man with like kind of like something with the Paul Revere hair, with brown Paul Revere hair, kind of like approach out of mist, and they'll both put a hand on Wash's shoulder as they kind of like dissipate into gold and almost like not melt, but like, you know, like snowflake confetti onto him.
Oh. Wash just like so faintly Shay could probably barely hear, just I love you. And he's gonna sit there for a while.
Codex, you said you were approaching?
She will drop concentration on haste, so Terrence and Wash.
Wash cries slower now.
Yeah, you're both in slow motion for a round. Yeah, you just get hit by like a wave of lethargy, as you know, haste is released from you as well, and she'll start slowly walking over, but like she's trying to give time between like everything that has happened. But eventually, she'll kind of like crouch down next to Wash and just kind of be there in proximity.
Terry's gonna shrink after like a few minutes.
Gotcha. Finley, while you're like looking around, you do start to hear what sounds like footsteps coming from outside.
He's gonna like kind of slip out the door into like the fog and like crouch.
You see 3 figures on the other side. As one goes, I can dispel it. Sounds like Dogma.
Dogma?
Guys, it sounds like Finley. It's probably a trick.
It's not as he kind of like waves his hands and he allows them passage through it.
Oh, Finley?
I'm not a trick. I'm not a trap. I'm a real man. What are y'all doing here?
Okay.
He's still crouching, by the way.
We try to find an entrance and we found this really creepy, long ladder down. So Yolanda kind of says, we couldn't find too much above, but we found an entrance at least.
That's good. You're here right afterwards. We just...
Afterwards what?
After a fight.
Is everyone okay?
We won.
Is everyone okay?
Emotionally, no. Physically, some took some heavier hits than others, but we're all up.
Maybe we should wait out here then, so we don't encroach on anything?
Sure.
Okay, yeah, we'll wait out here, I guess. I have a feeling we were followed by dogs above, so we might want to teleport out of here.
I think it might be a better idea to teleport and then process everything, rather than process in a dangerous potential situation.
Okay, well, you probably should go tell them that.
Right, you wanna walk in a little bit after me? All right, okay. Well, I'm
Justin. Listen, I don't want to step in on anything that's happening.
That's fair. I'll go in there and I'll subtly let them know. Dogma, Yelena, Howl are outside, and they are probably being pursued by dogs. So we should probably teleport with them. And he'll like scurry over to the door and then poke his head up, be like, gives a thumbs up.
Yeah, so the 3 of them will walk in. They kind of both, like, the 3 of them will hesitantly walk in, kind of just like, probably like Dogma will give like Codex like the you okay nod.
She kind of like looks over from Wash and like sees them and is like kind of surprised that they're here, and then she's like, oh yeah, right. And she kind of gives like a faint little nod, like, I'm up. As
the 3 of them in like this triangular shape will start to like, you watch as their hands kind of go out, and from their hands, they start to like arcanically craft the transportation circle. And then once it's kind of up, Hal will kind of be like, Just everybody hold on to each other, okay?
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, so you watch as, like, very similar to what happened with everybody when you guys were in Carp Edit. You'll watch as it seems like Hal's the one kind of leading the transportation circle, as it just looks like black feathers plume out, and you kind of get surrounded in this, like, quick tornado, as then, and you guys are all back in your courtyard of the Pale White Castle Keep.
As soon as we land back in the courtyard, Shay's gonna go give Hal just, like, a big hug and just sit there, like, hugging him for a good beat.
Hal hugs back, and he hugs tight.
Aww.
Once we're there and, like, stable, in New Jericho, it's like, the teleportation circle is complete and whatever. Codex is gonna kind of, like, lean over to Wash and be like, where do you want to go? I can take you.
I would like to sleep. Can I go somewhere where I can sleep?
Codex will give your hand a little squeeze and then just kind of give you, like, a little nod, and then she'll start to, like, lead Wash towards his room. And when they get there, she'll just, like, help him get to his bed, and then just be like, we'll talk about everything later. For now, just rest. And I'm glad you're okay. And give, like, a really tight hug.
Hugs back and then kind of just, like, sits in bed for a while.
If you need anything, just yell and I'll... Okay.
And that's where we're going to today's session.
The Table is Yours releases episodes in video and podcast format every Wednesday at 5 p.m. Pacific. You can follow The Table is Yours everywhere by the handle @TTIYDND. Thank you for listening, and we'll see you at the table next time.